Welcome to February 14th. So I wanted to come on and do this pick a card for each and every one of you who may be wanting a little bit of guidance or questions answered. We are all here to have partnership. Each and every one of us are here to have partnership in some way. And we can really struggle with this, especially if we're feeling like we're getting left behind or we're not meeting the one. And for some of us, there are many ones. There's not just one. Soulmates. The true definition of a soulmate is someone that comes into your experience because there's a soul alignment, a resonance with where you are. And for some of you, this alignment will last for as long as it needs to. And for some of you, it will not be that kind of forever. You may just be in alignment for whatever they need or whatever you need from the union. For some of you, it's about healing that part of yourself or them healing that part of themselves. Sorry, I got the wrong glasses on. That's what's driving me crazy. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little better. Coming into alignment with resonance in where you are in your vibration, where you are in your journey, right? So if you're someone that is really struggling with self-worth or loving yourself, you're going to resonate with people that are also having that experience. So that's why these love readings can be so difficult, because there's not a one size fits all. There really isn't. Each of us come into this life experience to have our unique expression. And for some of us, it is going to be about healing situations with people. And that healing may only take a year or 2 or 5 or 6 months. Other situations, you may go the distance because you came into this life expression and you're ready to be together for that duration. You're ready to choose each other every single day. So this reading, we're going to do a pick a card, and it's going to be based on where you resonate, where you are. So for some of you, it may feel like in this life experience you're not having the partnerships that you want. For others of you, you may be kind of in the pattern of you keep manifesting the same type of person. So this card reading may be a little different than most relationship card readings. So please definitely take what resonates. But every part of our life is a journey. Every part of our life is an opportunity to do better. And so this too is an opportunity for you to be very honest with yourself about where you are in relationship to yourself, and then how is that impacting the relationships around you. All right? So happy Valentine's Day, everyone. All right. I'm going to hold up 3 quartz crystals. And they're all different, but they're all quartz. And you decide which one you resonate with. And I'm going to hold them up, and then I'm going to put them down. I actually started pulling cards, so I've got the overarching themes for each of the pick a cards, and then we'll delve deeper into, I'm going to use John Holland's Tarot for the Heart. And then we're going to do some romance angel cards, and then we're going to pull some angel answers. So this is going to be a good reading. I'm really looking forward to it. So to get started, all right, we're going to start with pile number 1, or the first reading is going to be kind of this, it's a clear quartz, but it's not clear and it's not smoky. It's kind of got a little bit of, there it is, kind of got some spots on it. Oh, there it is. So that's the first one. It's almost in the shape of a heart. Look at that. Interesting. Yeah, that's going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be this very smoky, or oh gosh, it's white. It's clear quartz, but it's not clear by any means. It's totally white. I almost want to say this is a little bit of a heart shape too. It's got a little bit of an indent. I just picked these up, guys. I didn't really think about them. Look at that. See if I can get that to focus in. Is it going to focus in? Let me put it in front of my face. Okay, so that's number 2. It's totally smoky. I don't want to say smoky because it's not smoky. It's just white. It's not. It's filled in. It's white. All right, I'm going to stop struggling with it. Number 3. Number 3 is almost completely clear. Completely clear. It's got a little bit of a, look at that. Looks like an angel in there. Look at that. Looks like there's an angel at the top of that. See the wing kind of expanding out behind the body? Oh, I love that. All right, so those are the 3. All right, so 1, 2, or 3. 1, let's see if I can do this. 1, 2, or 3. With the little angel in there. All right, so which one is it going to be for you? Number one, so if you chose the crystal with kind of a heart shape, but also with lots of like fissures in it. Number 1. You got 2. You got 2 cards. The unicorn card, invite serendipity into your romantic life, into your love life. So high vibrational frequency of inviting in the unicorn energy to help you create serendipity. And serendipity is synchronicity. This is where you're not striving and driving for a relationship. You're just kind of doing you and letting it come in. It's like, let the universe join up the dots. Let the unicorn energy bring you the magic. And then lose any illusion you have about any past relationships. Embrace the truth of what you've been through and where you've been, because you want to invite in serendipity. And serendipity in relationship is going to be way different than any place you've ever been. I feel like if you've been drawn to card number or pile number or crystal number 1, you're ready. You're ready to get honest with yourself because you're ready for that relationship that's going to go forward. And I feel like if you're getting the unicorn energy around relationship, it's time for you to be in conjunction or in partnership with your most compatible soulmate. Like the person that is going to be your person that's going to really match up with you and resonate with you the closest. So this isn't about healing any toxicity. This isn't about not trusting someone. This is about going, I've been through it all. I've seen it all, I've been through it all, and I'm ready to move on. So if you chose card pile number 1, I feel like, or crystal number 1, I feel like, and I love that the crystal is kind of showing us this, that if you chose this crystal, like you've got some bumps and bruises, right? Like this crystal's got the fissures in it, right? You've been through some stuff, but you're still open enough to receive. You're still open enough to want to love. And I feel like that serendipity and synchronicity is bringing new love into your life. And it's going to be like new love. This isn't about reconnecting with anybody, because this isn't about learning a lesson. This isn't about the past. This is like you've gotten honest about your past relationships. Like I feel like you've gotten honest about your past relationships. You've seen them for what they are, and you're like, okay, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And even if you're not quite there yet, like you're gonna be there, especially as this new person comes in. And I do feel like it's gonna be a new person. And that's why it's gonna be a new person, because it's synchronicity. Like you're gonna be meeting them in a very unexpected way. It's not gonna be what you're used to. It's not gonna be same old, same old. Yeah, let's dive into this, guys. Yeah, I love it. detach from the past or detach from expectation. That this synchronicity that you're coming into, it's because it's like divinely guided. Like the universe is joining up the dots. Like you're being brought into the connection that is for you. And it's a connection that, again, it's going to be where you resonate the closest. So this is going to be most compatible. This is going to be where you meet the person, you'll be like, wow, I feel like I've known you for 10 years or my whole life. Or, I can't believe somebody else likes this, one thing that maybe you feel odd about yourself, I don't know. I'm getting like stupid stuff like, maybe you do adult coloring and you hide that. You think people would think that was funny. And then you meet someone and they're like, oh yeah, I do this thing that's kind of similar or the same, or, just detach from any expectation of what you think relationship is supposed to be. Detach from any expectation of what you think people think who you should be with. Like the synchronicity that's coming in is going to allow you to really feel this heart-centered connection with this person. And it's going to be important for you to just simply love. Like, not think, what is other people going to think? Or, will this only be for a minute? Or is this too good to be true? It's like, no, just love. Just be in the moment and just love. Just open your heart. Detach from the past. Detach from anything that hurt you. It's like, this isn't that. This isn't that. This is where we're resonating at a high frequency together, where we get each other. It's very grounded and stable energy. It might even be a Taurus coming in for you. Or Capricorn, or the earth signs. I can't think of the third one. Yeah. Detach, because you're coming into flow. And this flow that you're coming into, again, it may be a flow of relationship that you're not used to. Like, it just works. It just goes. He calls when he's supposed to. He texts back. He puts you first. He makes you feel like you're important. He's really showing up. You're really showing up. She's really showing up, right? Don't assign genders here. He or she is really showing up. Like, I feel like this flow of a relationship is really going to feel so different than what you're used to, number one, because this is high vibrational frequency where you're resonating and everything just kind of happens synchronistically. Like, it might even be a situation where you've met this person before, but it was like a casual encounter, or you met through somebody, you never thought about them again, or you thought about them for a minute and then you went on with your life, and it's like 5 years later, you're like, oh, hi. I remember you. Because they weren't ready or you weren't ready at that time. That's what this feels like, number one. But this is the important part. These are the two important parts. Number one. Don't discount it. Don't discount how easy it is. Don't discount how you don't have to fight. You don't have to strive. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to wait. You don't have to push. It just flows. It just flows. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I actually feel like they have to, pile number one, because if it's going to flow, if it's not going to be like your past, it will be very different. You've never been here before. You've never been in the relationship that just takes off, that just feels good, that just works. Not that you don't have to do some work, not that you don't have to open your heart, not that, there's going to be obstacles and challenges, but nothing like what you've been through. And so this person may not look like or be involved in anything like what you've had in the past. They may not do even close to what, the people in your past did for a living. Like, I'm really feeling like maybe if you're female and you always went for like the construction worker type, like now you're going to be meeting someone who maybe pushes a pencil for a living and you're like, I've never done this before. Will this work? Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Because if it was like what you've had in the past, male or female, if it's like what you had in the past, it's not going to work. That's just another go-round of what you've already been through. This is going to be really, really different. It's going to feel different on a soul level. It's going to feel different on a emotional level. It's going to feel different on a mental level. Energetically, it's going to feel really connected very quickly. And so, yeah, take it slow. But don't distrust it, mistrust it. Yeah, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Yeah, take it slow. Take it one step at a time. But keep making the effort. Don't give up because it's so different that it's easy to walk away from. I feel like, number one, if you're walking away from something that you're not making the effort for because it feels too good to be true, or it's too uncomfortable because it's too different because you've never been here before, stop. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Yeah, give it a chance. Get to know them. Take it slow. You don't have to hop into the physical side of it. Be friends. Hang out. Do quirky, goofy stuff together. They're making me, they're showing me that that movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Ways, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Dates, or, I just remember it was with Goldie Hawn's daughter. Can't think of her name. Anyway, when she first meets the guy before she actually starts to try to make him go away, they hang out, they go to a ball game together. I think it was like a basketball game, and they have an amazing time because they're so in sync with each other. That's what I'm feeling like for you guys. Just go, have a good time, be in sync with the person, really get to know them. Yeah, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I love it, number one. I love it. Yeah. You know, in the past you had to control things because it did feel safe. It was unstable. This is not that. This is not that, number one. So, learning how to trust, really important. And it might take, again, if you go slow, it will be easy to learn how to trust. It will be because the trust will be built. And I feel like that's what's going to be important for this pile number one. The trust will be built. Whatever the question in your head was, the answer is no. And it's with the exclamation point. So no, don't turn back. No, don't go into an old situation. No, this isn't about someone you know. No, this is not an old. This is new. Don't self-sabotage. Don't self-sabotage. No, it's not too good to be true. Yeah. It's all going to happen in the perfect timing. Divine timing is perfect timing. So keep living your life. Keep putting it out to the universe that you're ready to meet this person. And just let the universe join up the dots. It will happen. Don't try to force anything, because that's just going to block you. Things are going to work out. It's going to be good. But perfect timing is divine timing. It's not our timing. So stay in surrender. Let go of the how and the when. Keep hanging out with your friends. Keep creating your passion. Keep filling up your old soul manna, because this is going to happen through synchronicity and serendipity. And when it does, it will be magical. Thank you for being here. Pile number 2, or crystal number 2, is the kind of white crystal. The overarching theme for this is Battle of the Blues. Take steps towards positive change. Yeah. So for those of you who are coming out of a relationship, it's been a struggle. You're still gaining your strength. You're still gaining your feet. That this is about taking care of yourself in this energy. Really working on creating your space and your life with what you want and not allowing any of the would've, could'ves, or should'ves factor in. Whether you left the relationship or the relationship left you. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am tuning into, I feel like there's a few of you who have chosen this crystal because there was a third party situation. Could have been an ex, could have been somebody new, could have been a coworker, but it's about you taking back your power and recognizing that, third party or not, whatever ended the relationship, you are good enough. It was about them. It was not about you. You gave everything you had. You were coming from a place of love. You were coming from a place of authenticity. This is about their brokenness and their inability to receive your light. If you need help to battle the blues, whether it's mental health, whether it's help with physical location, like reach out. Reach out. And if you don't have a family to support you, if you don't have people in your life who have anything to give to help you because they're kind of treading water themselves, then I would say, as much as it may hurt your pride, take care of yourself through organizations, whether it's reaching out for mental health help, addiction help, or home help, someplace to lay your head. But battling the blues, you do not have to be alone. But you've got to start taking a step, whether it's making the phone call or Googling what support is out there in your local community. I keep getting drawn to the sword that she's laying with, and that's what I'm getting for you. You have what you need to fight. You have the tools. You have the weapon. You just have to use it. You have to wield it. And for some of you, that may feel very uncomfortable because you're the person that, maybe you're the one that was taken, you were taken care of. You were the one that needed to be taken care of. Or you were the one that relied on someone to take care of you. And now it's like you have to take up your own arms. You have to do what's right for you. And maybe, the little people you're responsible for. If you can't do it for you, it's like do it for them. All right, let's dig into this. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, totally. Look it. You don't have to be alone. You can get support from all kinds of different places, from all kinds of different people. Yeah, all you have to do is reach out. And I know, again, for some of you, you're like, I'm used to doing it myself. I'm used to being the one that takes care of everyone else. I'm the one that sometimes we have to sit down and ask for support. And if you ask for support and someone says no, that's not your person. The person who will step up for you and support you is your person. Might not be who you think. For some of you, you're like, I thought it was my family, but nobody's here. For some of you, it might be friends, coworkers. For some of you, it might be agencies. but it is time to reach out. It's time for you to confront yourself. This isn't about confronting anyone else. This is about confronting yourself, and where are you letting yourself down? Where are you staying in the shadows? Where are you letting the blues or your mental state keep you from reaching out? Keep you from staying in the emotion or feeling of that toxic relationship? Where are you holding on to the promises that were made? Where are you holding on to the idea that they'll step up because they said they would, but they've never done it? Or they've done it in a way that it never was quite enough? This is about you getting very, very clear and not allowing yourself to play those mental tricks on yourself. They're going to get better. They're going to come back. It's time to know that they walked through that door. They're gone. And now you have to take up the sword for you and yours. You have to be your own savior. Because that is where you're going to get the success and the growth. That's where you're going to get the relationship that you want, the love that you want. Look at that. Those leaves are heart-shaped. So male or female, but this man is representing the new person coming in. The growth and success. The person that's going to be there for you. The person that's going to show up for you. But he can't come in or she can't come in until you show up for yourself. Until you reach out and get the support. Maybe it's going and working, through a religious organization. Maybe, a church group can help. But you are going to have love. You do have someone coming in. But you've got to love yourself enough to let that old idea, story, person go. If they chose someone else, if this is a third-party situation, move on. Move on. They didn't love you. Not the way you thought they did. Not the way you loved them. Walk on. Walk on. If you're getting signs in music, because I'm hearing that song, Walk On, Walk Away Joe by Trisha Yearwood, I think. Yeah, walk on. It's time. Time to walk towards yourself, walk towards positive relationships, someone who will show up, someone who will keep their promise, someone who will love you. Yeah, someone who will bring you those hearts that are on this card. Open their heart to you. That's what the problem was in the past relationship or relationships, if this has been a pattern for you. The heart wasn't open. But you can get to a heart-centered relationship. It can come in. But you've got to take up the arms and take care of yourself first. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Yes. Call in your soulmate. Your soulmate that's going to be more compatible than what you've had. Your soulmate that is going to get your soul. The person who's going to resonate with you and love you for you. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to cheat on you. They're not going to lie to you. They're not going to manipulate you. If you take up your arms and you battle the blues, you heal yourself from the past relationship, your soulmate that will be compatible and love you will come in. But you've got to take the steps to heal. And not go back. We're not going that way. We're not going that way. New love. That's it. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Yeah, it's got to be a new love. Because what you left or left you, there's nothing new there. There's nothing new there. They didn't honor you. If they honor you and respected you, they wouldn't have left you or hurt you or betrayed you or threatened you or lied to you or cheated on you. So if you're really wanting love to come in, you got to do the work. But yes, the answer is yes, you will. Yep. And then if you want to be married, your most compatible soulmate can lead to a wedding, can lead to committed long-term relationship. I'm excited for you because I know this has been a hard road, and I know that it was very toxic, and I know that the blues, the depression, the addiction, whatever you're battling is hard, but you can overcome it. And it's time to overcome it. It's time to get out of the poor me. It's time to find the support. Confront yourself. Why am I laying in this cesspool of bull pucky? Because it's time. Look at that. Yep, big happy changes are coming in. Are you ready for them? And this is what I'm getting. It's time to be ready to be ready. If you don't listen to Abraham Hicks or have never listened to Abraham Hicks, do that. Help yourself change those thought patterns. Change that mental picture. Because these big happy changes are right here. But you're not going to feel them if you're stuck in that old thought pattern of I don't deserve, I'm not good enough, or anger or resentment. You don't want these big happy changes to be blocked by resentment and anger. It's time. It's time. It's time for you to come into your long-term healthy relationship. Coming into balance. It's time to come into balance through compromise. And I feel like for some of you, this might have to do with like, you don't want to deal with that person, so, you're not signing the divorce papers, or you're not taking care of the custody agreement, whatever it is. But it's time. It's time to just let them have let them compromise. It's time to compromise so you can move on. And that might only be for a couple of you. But yeah, it's time. It's time to compromise so you can move on. Yeah, it's time. Take action. Get the support. Get up. Get moving. Because you got big happy changes coming. You got big happy changes coming, and it's time. It's time. You've had enough. You've had enough. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to have new love. It's time for you to call in your soulmate. It is time for you to have that long-standing relationship that you want. And where you've been, you have to heal from it. But you can, because it's time. Take up the sword. Sending you so much love and so many blessings. All right, number 3, clear crystal with the little angel in it. Is it still there? Oh yeah, it's still there. There it is. Look at her. Can you see that up there? Let's see if she'll come in. There it is. Oh, you can't see it as clearly as you could see it before, but yeah, it looks like a little angel in there. All right, number 3. Let's see what the overarching themes for your reading are. Confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. And self-reliance. Don't be afraid to go solo. These two came out for you, number 3, because I do feel like you do need to step back and to take a minute and to really look at where do you want to keep battling. Are the battles important? Or are you staying in the battle because you want to stay in the relationship that's no longer serving you? Or are you trying to stay in this like, I'm right, you're wrong? Because at this point it doesn't matter. It's still over. Or if it's not over, it needs to be over. Because it is time for you to walk away. It is time for you to go solo. So that you can call back your power. Or you can step into your power in a way that maybe you've never stepped into it before. But where are you still staying in a fight that it's over? There's nothing there. You keep having the same fight over and over and over again, and it's not getting you anywhere. The situation isn't going to change. You're not going to get back where you had been once upon a time. Like, that ship sailed. I feel like for those of you who chose this stone, the angel in the stone was coming through because you need that angel guidance, that angel support, that love, that healing, that connection. Because you do feel devastated, you do feel isolated, you do feel alone, you do feel despondent, you do feel left. They tore you down emotionally, mentally, physically, verbally, financially. And there's no amount of confrontation that's going to give you any of that back. It's time for you to find your self-reliance, your strength. And you can only do that by taking a minute and get into connection with yourself. Love yourself. Take a deep breath and know that you're not alone. Let's dig into this for this Valentine's Day for you. I feel like for those of you who are picked number 3, there's a feeling here that either you're just on the verge of flying solo, of stepping out of a relationship, or you just stepped out of a relationship. So I just want you to know that Spirit is validating that you did the right thing. You did the right thing. It wasn't ever going to go back to what you had wanted or thought it was going to be. Male or female, the other person chose themselves, chose what they wanted. It stopped being about the relationship in you. A long time ago is what it feels like. So even if you were only in it for, a few months, like, they stopped after maybe even a few days, weeks, first week. Like, yeah. Yeah. Moving on. It's time to move on. It's time to fly solo. It's time to move on. There's nothing new there for you. It's time for you to love yourself. Pick up the pieces. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved. Know that you're not alone. Solo isn't being alone. Solo is stepping into your power. And you can only step into your power when you take the time to feel your power, when you take the time to connect to your power. And you can do that through breathing, through breath work. So yeah, I mean, just breathe is take a minute, take a breath, but it's also use breathing meditations to connect to your higher self, your soul. You're not alone, number 3, even though you may feel like you are alone because they isolated you. Maybe this has been a relationship that you've needed to walk away from for years. And you don't know how to do it. You know it's over. You know it's been over. This is how you do it. You breathe. You connect to your higher self, your divinity, your magnificence. Look at all that light around her, coming out of her, emanating from her. You have that light within you. Even if you feel broken, despair, that light is within you. That spark of divinity is there. Number 3, you just have to get into connection with it. Breathing meditations. But it is time to move on. For those of you who haven't moved on, but you've been really thinking about it, I feel like this is your validation. Like this is your sign for some of you. Because you are coming into a well-deserved reward, but it can't come in until you make the move. You make the change. You step into your divinity, your power. Let go of the battles. Let go. Let go of them because you can't win. It's not about winning. Maybe it was. Maybe you felt like you needed to win because everything else was taken. But the well-deserved reward will come. Whatever you lose or have lost, you will gain back by gaining yourself and everything returning after that. It does happen. It will happen. The home, the car, the job, the respect. You'll get it back. You will. But you've got to turn into this person first, male or female. You have to turn into the sovereign being that you are first. Connection to your magnificence and your divinity that is within you. Your higher self. You will get it back. It's going to take time, but you will. And when you do, it's like so much better because you're not with that albatross around your neck, that bad feeling of knowing that something's wrong and you just don't know what it is. Being put down. Being mentally, verbally, physically abused. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself first. It's exactly what I'm feeling. Sorry about that. Yeah, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what it is. You want to resonate higher than you did before, which resonated with that toxic situation. Love yourself first, and you're going to manifest the love that you want. The love that you want. The love that you deserve. Number 3, excuse me. Soulmate. Yes, you will manifest your soulmate once you love yourself first. And again, a soulmate isn't your end-all be-all, but your soulmate is the person that you're resonating with at the time that you manifest them. And if you've done the work and you have really loved yourself so much that you're not going to allow anybody who manipulates you, lies to you, cheats on you, you're done. You're done with all that. You're done with all that. You've raised so high in this process of flying solo and really loving yourself. Like, you've raised so high that you are pulling in the rewards. You are pulling in the rewards. It's time. It's time. Yep. It's time. Time to get into separation for those of you who haven't yet. And then you are going to manifest someone who is going to have chemistry with you. It's a strong magnetic attraction. So yeah, who you're pulling in is going to be way different than who you've had, in a positive way. In a positive way, number 3. In a positive way. All right. Let's get some answers to your questions. Let's get some answers to your questions. Yeah, there it is, your higher self. Get into connection with your higher self. There it is. I love it. I love it. Get into connection with your higher self. Listen to your intuition. Yes, your gut is telling you, number 3. Your gut is telling you. Your gut is saying go. Your gut is saying make the phone call, leave, whatever you need to do for you. Whatever you need to do for you in this situation to change it. Because only through changing it will you get a positive situation, will you have the love that you want. There's nothing here for you. There hasn't been in a long time. Again, I feel like you know everything I'm saying. This is just a sign that it's time. There's no more waiting. There's no reason to wait. Yep. Communicate clearly. No is a complete sentence. And I feel like for some of you, you have to use the word no. There's no more talking around it. There's no more maybe. There's no more, it's no. Communicate clearly. It's time. And that's when you come into balance. Look at this. That's when you get your balance. That's when you get your new person. That's when you get the positive. It's time. Namaste.